Lighthouses with lukewarm appearances are always easy to be forgotten, but their contributions to Hong Kong cannot be ignored. Silently standing on the distant frontiers, they guide ships through the dark night. Maritime transportation from Hong Kong to mainland China was not busy before the First Opium War. It wasn't until the 1870s that Western businesses realized the potential of Hong Kong as a commercial port and proposed to build lighthouses in the waters of Hong Kong. Known as Cape d'Aguilar Lighthouse, Hock Chui Lighthouse was built in 1873 as the first lighthouse in Hong Kong. It was situated at the Hock Chui Peninsula on the southwest of Hong Kong Island. It officially came into operation April 16, 1875, and was listed as a statutory monument of Hong Kong on March 3, 2006. Hock Chui Lighthouse has an exquisite structure in a cylindrical shape built with granite capable of withstanding typhoons. For Professor Stephen Davies, the ocean, ships, and lighthouses are an integral part of his life. He was born into a family of sailors and has served as sailor and navigator. He has done extensive research on lighthouses.
Well, in one sense, obviously, it's related to the Nanjing Treaty because it wasn't going to be built if the British didn't own the territory. And by 1875, when Cape d'Aguilar Light was built, Hong Kong was a major port. So it mattered that people driving ships knew exactly where they were, and the best way of ensuring that they knew where they were in the day or in the night was to have something easy to see. So that's why Cape d'Aguilar Light was built. And it's painted white, as you can see, so that you can see it from seaward. Because in 1898, Great Britain bullied China into giving Hong Kong more land. And some of the more land they gave Hong Kong was Waglan Island. By this time, China had built a lighthouse on Waglan Island. They built it there in 1893. So as soon as Britain got Waglan Island, this was redundant. So in 1896, they closed it and they took the light off the top. And because it was a powerful light, they put it onto Green Island, which had a much weaker light. And then they left it. And it stayed with no light for the next 76 years. And it just became this lonely stone stump with its light taken away and doing nothing for the next 76 years except standing there, acting as what's sometimes called a sea mark. That it's still on the nautical maps, the charts, and you can see, yes, that's the old Cape d'Aguilar Light. And it's a golden rule of modern society that nobody is going to walk more than 200 meters if they don't have to. So to get people interested in this light, you have to make it accessible. And that means we have to think about ways in which to make Cape d'Aguilar accessible. Now you can see, Cape d'Aguilar is a whole mass of heritage piled one upon the other to make it an attractive place for Hong Kong and add in the lighthouse. And then we'll get people interested. That's where skilled, sustainable heritage and recreational environments require knowledge. How do you bring people to enjoy the heritage, which after all is theirs, and this natural environment is theirs, it belongs to the people of Hong Kong.
Leung Bun Quinn grew up by the waters and is also a captain with over 30 years of experience. For the ocean, ships, and lighthouses, he has a deep passion. From steering the ship and managing the cabin, to helping each passenger get ashore, no matter how big or trivial the task, he has a strong sense of responsibility.
最難忘咧就係曾經我哋去捉魚，都講下都10幾廿幾年前啦，去東沙島。咁嗰陣時一隻普通嘅漁船，我哋行成20個鐘頭由香港開出去。咁開出去咧，出到去南中國海，嗰個風浪好大。咁又加上啲船有一段時間咧就係冇去維修，即係尤其是冬天啊，天氣會乾燥，嗰啲船木船，尤其是早期嘅木船咧，就係好多時用嗰啲油灰啊嗰啲咧，因為天氣乾燥，灑水唔夠咧，佢令到嗰啲灰咧就點樣講咧係收縮， 咁一開大海嗰陣時，啲水咪湧入嚟咯，即係唔係話不停咁湧，係湧下湧下，咁你時間長，開10幾20個鐘頭喎，咁越去越大浪，越去越大浪，去到海中心你翻轉頭又咁難，繼續去都難，都要噶啦，咁你嗰陣時點決定呢？結果都係繼續去，好似嗰個橫瀾島咁啊。咁嗱，頭先我哋講過去過東沙島咁啦，即係翻嚟，咁我哋會好多時呢，就係喺大海裏邊翻嚟，嗰個都係一個好遠嘅指示標。點解呢？因為你有一段好長嘅距離，一路翻嚟香港，譬如20個鐘咁啊，咁我應該呢，我估計應該係15個鐘。我就會見到燈塔㗎啦，然後再行5個鐘呢，我就會翻到嚟香港㗎啦，咁樣計數啦嚇。咁你預計去到15個鐘之前呢，咁咪一路行一路注意呢。咁個燈塔呢，一般都係如果天色好嚟計呢，因為佢個天氣影響會有霧啊，天氣落雨啊，其他因素呢，你會睇唔到咁遠嘅。咁你如果係天氣好呢，一般我哋會望到2個鐘頭以外㗎。咁佢燈塔尤其是好似橫瀾島呢啲，點解佢嗰個作用大呢？因為佢個強光嗰個射個光度好緊要啊！咁喺好遠度，哇！突然間有個光線，咁啊有一盞射燈，咁我哋其實估計到應該呢個會係乜嘢嘅燈塔啦，咁樣咯。咁而家見到啦，見到一度，佢因為佢嗰啲強光咧會一個弧形咁樣咁指示，咁你自己會睇到啊呢個應該就係呢個燈塔啦，咁樣咁咪跟個方向咪一繼續行。咁啊越行越近，咁就會知道啦。咁啊呢個就起到一個都輔助作用。嗱，譬如呢個香港呢個橫瀾島咧，早期我知道啲船咧，應該佢哋個通訊設備係冇咁先進嗰陣時係咩咧？啲大船過嗰陣時咧，佢用打摩斯密碼個閃燈去代號嘅，係用26個英文字母去代替即係一串成一個英文字母去溝通嘅。呢個咧就係我喺讀航海班裏邊嘅經驗裏邊所學到其中嘅一樣。個燈塔嗰個對交流咧就係用閃燈串成一個英文係咁樣溝通嘅。咁你船經過，譬如船名啊，咁佢你隻係乜嘢船幾多號，咁啊大家打招呼嘅。咁到而家橫瀾島咧，佢就由中央控制，中環嗰邊控制咧。咁而家冇人啦，以前係有人嘅。由英國人早期嗰陣時咧，就有英國人喺度看管同埋做呢個溝通工作咁樣嘅。到後期先進咗啦，咁就由中環嗰邊去控制，咁佢就變咗冇人手喺度啦。甚至乎青州嗰個都應該係咁樣情形啦。
Green Island Lighthouse is located at Green Island on the northwest of Hong Kong Island. It is the second lighthouse in Hong Kong, launched on July 1st, 1875, to guide ships entering Western Victoria Harbour. In 1970, the lighthouse was equipped with fully automated facilities, which are still in operation. It was listed as a statutory monument of Hong Kong on November 7th, 2008. The two Green Island lighthouses were built adjacent to each other. The smaller one is the old lighthouse, and the larger one behind it is the new lighthouse. The old one was built with local granite, about 12 meters high, at a cost about 1/6 of Hock Choi Lighthouse. After the completion of Waglan Lighthouse in 1893, Hock Choi Lighthouse ceased operation. Later, the government built a larger lighthouse on the Green Island to set the light of Hock Choi Lighthouse. After the lighthouse was moved to Green Island Lighthouse, it officially came into operation in 1906. "81-year-old Uncle Milk is an old lighthouse keeper. From the age of 19, he started his long career as a lighthouse keeper. In his life, more than 3/4 of the time is spent on the lighthouse, with the waves and lights being part of his life."
呢日有得再做，我都做噶啦。我哋只係睇下船，啲船經過啊，有你話俾我班蚊得啊，有隻船經過，有時打燈問你咩名，話船咩名咯。我幫晚收咯。我對呢個我工中就有一時你個啦，快收工咧，自己啊走去攞下魚啊，釣下魚咁咯。日夜都有㗎，我當日間夜間都有㗎。即係你就你幾點鐘到你上間有條當2個鐘嘅， 當2個鐘又到第二個上啦。我覺得好辛苦，有啲係唔間嘅好多，有啲做下咧唔做啊咁樣啦。即係你喺個島喺度掹佢幾個禮拜嗰陣時，又冇嘢食冇成咁樣啊！我唔覺得喎，唔覺得孤獨喎。我對於嗰度好開心先啊！冇嘅解嘅啫，中意啊嘛。
Those lighthouses not only guide ships sailing in and out of Hong Kong, but also reflect a 100-year transformation of a fishing village into a cosmopolitan city.